This is Classical Conversations History Timeline Week 11. The first card says Norman Conquest and Feudalism in Europe. For Norman Conquest, we're going to use the same sign like this that we've used before about something being conquered or forced. You have your flat hand, and the hand on top forces itself down. So that's trying to show that one group of people is forcing the other group of people to do something. Norman Conquest and Feudalism. The Feudalism is where they were showing the different levels of people. They had the guys that were working the fields, and then the guys that owned the land, and then they had the kings and noblemen and all that. So we're showing the different levels of people. If you see that from the side, it looks like this. So it says Norman Conquest and Feudalism in Europe. The Crusades. Since they were holy wars, we're putting a cross by our heart and we bring it forward. The Crusades. This says Zimbabwe and early Mali in Africa. Zimbabwe means enclosure or wall of stone. Getting this straight off the paper. So for Zimbabwe, we're going to sign wall. So you have two hands that are letter B's, where they're flat hands with the thumb across. They're going to face you, and you're going to make a wall around yourself. So Zimbabwe and early Mali, the letter M, it has 3 finger humps just like in cursive. Early Mali in Africa, and we're going to touch our finger to our ear. We're signing the word gold because Mali dominated the gold trade. I knew there was a reason. We're going to touch our finger to our ear to show a gold earring, and then our hand's going to switch to the letter Y, and it's going to shake as it goes down, and that's the sign for gold. It's showing that there's something yellow in your ear, gold. So Zimbabwe, early Mali in Africa. The next one is Aztecs of Mesoamerica. Since they had the pyramids, they're going to have us trace a triangle in the air in front of us. So that's the whole thing. It's Aztecs of Mesoamerica. The next card says Francis of Assisi and Thomas Aquinas. For Francis of Assisi, we're going to use the letter F. It's just like you're telling somebody A-OK. It's that same thing. It just faces forward. Francis, this is the F. The letter T is your thumb goes right between your first 2 fingers. And that's for Thomas Aquinas. That's the letter T. So Francis of Assisi, Thomas Aquinas. Japan's shoguns. Since they fought with swords, whatever hand you're using, you're going to pretend to pull out an imaginary sword from your opposite hip and wield it at us. Japan's shoguns. Incas of South America, they lived in the Andes Mountains, so we're doing our hands like this to show the mountains, but there's a lot of music there, so we're going to do like this, like we're climbing up the mountains, just because it's something fun for the kids to do. And that's it for week 11.